Look at your hand. Right now, look at it. While you are looking, according to quantum physics, it exists the moment you look away. Physics cannot confirm it does. This is not a thought experiment. This is not philosophy. This is what the equations actually say. And once you understand why, you will never look at anything the same way again. In 1801, a physicist named Thomas Young fired light through two slits in a barrier. What came out the other side should have been two lines. Instead, the light created an interference pattern, as if each particle of light had passed through both slits simultaneously, as if it existed in multiple places at once. So scientists added a detector to observe which slit each particle actually passed through. The interference pattern disappeared. The moment they watched, the particle chose one path. The moment they stopped watching, it chose both. A particle of light behaves differently depending on whether something is observing it. Your phone does the same thing. It only renders what is on your screen. The rest exists as code, waiting. The universe may be doing exactly that. If the idea that reality only exists when observed unsettles you in a way you cannot quite name, this channel is built for that feeling. Every week, one question science cannot fully answer, explored until the ground beneath it gives way. Stay, because this gets significantly worse. The double-slit experiment is not a curiosity. It is the most repeated, most verified experiment in the history of science. And its result, after over 2 centuries of testing, has never changed. Observation collapses possibility into reality. Before observation, a particle exists as a wave of probability, simultaneously here and there, and every point between. The moment you look, it snaps into one location, one state, one reality. Physicists call this the collapse of the wave function. What they do not have is an explanation for why. Why does the act of observation change what is physically there? Why does the universe behave one way when watched and another way when it is not? There are 3 possible answers. The first, consciousness itself causes collapse. That your awareness is not just observing reality, it is generating it. The second, the universe branches. Every possible outcome happens simultaneously. In parallel realities you will never reach. The third, the one that keeps physicists awake at 3 a.m., is that the universe only renders what is being observed, because rendering everything would be computationally inefficient, exactly like a video game. If we are inside a simulation, it would need a resolution limit. Every screen has pixels, the smallest unit of display, below which nothing exists. Our universe has 1, 2. It is called the Planck length, 1.6 times 10 to the negative 35 meters. Below that threshold, space itself becomes meaningless. Distance stops existing. You cannot have half a Planck length. The universe does not allow it. It is the minimum unit of reality. The pixel and the speed of light, 186,000 miles per second, the absolute speed limit of the universe, may not be a law of physics. It may be a processing limit. The maximum rate at which information can be updated across a simulation. Physicist James Gates spent decades studying the equations of string theory. Inside those equations, he found something he was not looking for: error-correcting codes. The same codes used in web browsers to prevent data corruption, embedded in the fundamental equations of reality. He did not put them there. Nobody did. They were already there. In 2003, Oxford philosopher Nick Bostrom published a paper. It contained three possibilities. One, almost all civilizations at our level of development go extinct before they develop the technology to run realistic simulations. Two, almost all civilizations that reach that level choose not to run them. Three, we are almost certainly living in a simulation right now. This is not speculation. It is probability. If even one civilization in the history of the universe has ever run a realistic simulation of a conscious world, the number of simulated realities would vastly outnumber the one base reality. The ratio of real to simulated beings would be billions to one in favor of simulated, which means, statistically, the probability that you are in base reality is almost zero. You are far more likely to be a simulated consciousness than a real one. Elon Musk put it simply, the odds that we are in base reality, he said, is 1 in billions. He was not joking. Neither was Bostrom. There is one more piece of evidence. The strangest one, quantum entanglement. Two particles, created together, separated by any distance, remain connected. Measure the spin of one, and the other instantly adopts the opposite spin, not after a delay, not at the speed of light. Instantly, Einstein called it spooky action at a distance. He spent years trying to prove it was wrong. He could not. In a physical universe, nothing can travel faster than light. But in a simulation, two objects do not need to physically communicate. They share the same variable, the same line of code. Change a variable here, and it changes everywhere simultaneously because there is no physical distance between them. There never was. There is only the simulation. Here is what I want you to sit with. If this is a simulation, it is not running on a computer you can point to. It is not controlled by someone sitting at a screen. The simulator, whatever it is, has given you consciousness, the ability to question your own existence, the ability to look at the equations and find the code inside them, which raises the only question that actually matters. If the beings running the simulation gave you the capacity to discover you are in one, was that an accident or was it the point? Look at your hand again. It exists because you're looking. The moment you look away, physics has no answer for what it becomes. You didn't watch this video by accident. People who ask these questions don't stop asking them. Neither do we.